I'm here with FIFA referee Odette Hamilton. First in the series, tell your story here on Ref Corner. I'll be asking her a few questions as how she got involved in refereeing, what was her childhood like, her upbringing, where she's from, etc. etc. Odette, can you introduce yourselves to the viewers and the subscribers?
Hi Tyrell, my name is Odette Hamilton, FIFA referee for Jamaica.
Alright, good. Where you grew up and the schools you attended?
I grew up in a place called Macatrie, Brownsall, St. Catherine. My childhood was very good. You know, it's like a country setting, like, you know, this like a country girl from, in a little community we call Mount Pleasant. You know, just going there, playing with the boys in the community because I was like a little tomboy growing up. So I love sports overall in general. So my childhood was pretty much good.
Alright, so for the subscribers who are not familiar with the terrain of Jamaica, could you give us an indication or a direction as how to get to Macatrie, say from Spanish Town? Because it is in St. Catherine, right?
Yes, it is in St. Catherine. From Spanish Town, you go to St. John's Road, then you pass Dovecot, go to Kissel Town, then you go to Guanamo Vale, then you go to a place called Watermount, and then you reach Macatrie Square, you take the left, and then you reach Mount Pleasant.
Okay, very good, thank you. Any siblings, brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have one brother and one sister.
You being the eldest, the youngest?
The eldest.
The eldest, okay. Alright, tell the viewers what was your best childhood memory. Could be basic school, prep school, high school, say up to age 16.
My best childhood memory would be in high school. You know, as I said before, being a tomboy, I participated in a lot of sports. I played cricket, volleyball, netball, football, and basketball. So doing all the sporting activity with the boys as a female growing up, it helps me to be firm and stern, you know, pretty much know the ropes of how the street run. So in high school would be my best childhood.
So pretty much you were one of the boys growing up then. You
Yes.
you grew up rough. You never grew up like a girly
No.
girl. Alright, very good. What kind of person would you say you are? An introvert or an extrovert?
I could say both, but I'm more of an extrovert. I love to socialize with persons and I love to talk. I like to ask questions. So I would say an extrovert.
Okay. Give us a rundown of your background, like from basic school to primary school to high school.
My basic school background would be I went to Nagoet Basic School first, and then I finished my basic school career in Mount Pleasant. Then I leave from Mount Pleasant to Brownsall Primary School. Then I did my GSAT and I passed for St. Jago. But at that time my parents couldn't afford it to send me in town. So they transferred me to Tatius Golden High School where I furthered my studies.
Okay, which is literally a stone's throw away from where you are.
From where I live.
Very good. How did you get introduced to refereeing? So give us a background as how you got introduced, who introduced you, when did you first fell in love with refereeing?
Why I fell in love with refereeing. So I was playing football in high school. You know, the first time we entered, we reached the second round in the ISA schoolgirls competition. And, you know, I was there playing and I was this much of a quiet player, but I played forward so I always score goals. And then I always see the referee in the middle or on the sideline, one blowing the whistle, one waving the flag. And I said, you know, this is pretty much interesting. And I said, could I be a part of that one day? Seems something I would like to try because I always want to explore, right? I'm that type of person, love to try new things. So I see it and I ask questions about it, how to join or how I proceed, and then I get information that I should go to GC Foster College on a Saturday morning. They start to train at 7 and there was where I went and I get the information of how to become a referee, and from there it's history.
Very good. Do you remember the name of the person that was officiating that match?
I think it was Cardella Samuels.
Cardello, very good. Okay, former FIFA referee.
I was impressed a little about seeing a female officiating, so that drives my motivation to go forward.
Okay. How has your journey been so far as a FIFA referee?
My journey as a FIFA referee is pretty much interesting. I love the journey so far, as I am keep inspiring and wanting to reach the pinnacle of Senior Women World Cup one day. So I keep working hard to achieve my goal. So my journey started out as a young little girl from in the country, in the hills, just running up and down, trying to get myself acquainted with the game, with the laws of the game. So I always try to ask questions, as I said before, to the relevant persons that is ahead of me, like a FIFA referee or who is in the program for numerous years. So that is how I asked question, and my journey started from there. Then I went to U15 competition in Grand Cayman before I was a FIFA referee, and then after that tournament I was asked to go to CONCACAF. In the same U15 tournament that year, I did the finals of that competition, and then the next year I was given a FIFA badge. So that was.
Can you tell the listeners what year that was, the subscribers? What year became a FIFA referee?
I got the FIFA badge in 2017.
2017.
Yes.
So that's 7 years.
Yes.
Very good. How different is it when you compare officiating here locally, say RSPL game with a schoolboy game compared to a U14 game? How different is it? Do you have to adjust your styles? Do you have to adjust your calls? Or a foul in this game, is it foul throughout all games?
That's pretty much a tricky question, but not so tricky. But a U14 game would be officiating different from a Premier League game or a schoolboy game. Because these are kids that just learning the sport. So you have to be like a mentor to them on the field of play. Right? So a call for them would totally be different from a call for the Premier League and the schoolboy, as I said before. So as the leagues get higher in progression, then that is where the calls become more hectic. So that is how I differentiate. And I have to flick my switch if I officiate a Premier League game today and then I have like a U14 tomorrow. I have to flick the switch like, hey, Odette, this is a U14 game, so you have to be careful. These are kids. You have to be a mentor now rather than being a stern referee in a Premier League game. So you have to adjust, and as they say, referees are always coachable and easily adjustable. So I am that type of person growing up.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because so many referees, they would ref say on a Saturday, ref on a Sunday, and they do the schoolboy game on a Monday, say Manning Cup, Dakasa Cup, or even a prep school game, and they ref the same way, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's very, very good that you mentioned that and you made the adjustments. Being the #1 referee in CFU, #1 female referee, how different is it reffing here in your country, the top league, and say do an international game, say US versus Cuba, women's game, or Canada versus Honduras? How different is it to ref here, the JPL, and doing an international game?
It is very different. As you know, the structure of football is more advanced in the league overseas, because their structure is way better, because those players start from the grassroots. They go through a system growing up until they reach the big team, then they fit in good. In Jamaica now, sometimes the coaches just pick 1 or 2 players to come and play because they see some talents in the players. So the structure is different and the playing style is different also, because the surfaces overseas is way better compared to Jamaica. So some fouls or tackles that you would allow in overseas challenges, you would not allow it out here. And the style of play, they play and knock the ball in a system. Out here you cannot get that because of some of the fields. You pass a good ball on the ground and then 2 seconds you look down the line, the ball starts to bounce. So it kind of take away from our football locally than overseas.
Good. As it pertains to respect on the field, I know some years ago you made history. You were a part of 4 female referees to do a major final in the country. If memory serves me right, Jamaica was the first country to attain that.
Yes.
4 female referees doing the National Premier League final. As it relates to respect on the field, do you get the same amount of respect as you are in the middle refereeing a game here as in your refereeing a game in the US or Mexico or Honduras? Do you get the same amount of respect, male or female?
I would say yes, no. Back then, you wouldn't get that respect because the players don't know you. So growing up through the system and you're refereeing over a period of time, then you earn the respect from the players. But knowing the laws of the game is very crucial and critical in situations on the field of play. And in certain situations for this game will not work in another game. So you have to be like a psychologist sometime on the field of play to get the players' attention and to keep them in the direction that you want them to go. So locally and internationally, it's pretty much the same now for me because I have grown personally. I have grown, so I mature to the game level. Right, so here and internationally, I would say I get the same respect, but it all started from here because knowing Jamaican culture, if you can ref here, you can ref anywhere inside the world when you go out on the big stage.
So true.
So it helped me very good.
So true. I can attest to that. So my penultimate question, as it relates to Jamaica, what are some of the drawbacks that you see in Jamaican officials progressing to the big stage, say on a consistent basis? They're going to the Under-17 World Cup, they're going to the Under-20 World Cup, they're going to the Senior Men's and Women's World Cup. What are some of the drawbacks if you should compare a Jamaica with a Mexico, a Jamaica with a USA, a Jamaica to a Costa Rica? They always have match officials progressing to those tournaments. What are the drawbacks you see here being a FIFA official for so many years?
I think the major drawback is the support system behind the referees. If we get more support as females, I think the system and the structure would be way better. Because you only have 1 and 2 persons who are trying their best. But if you get a group that really looks out for referees in Jamaica, then the pathway should be clear. In Mexico or overseas, the support system is very good. They highlight a referee when they do good. They highlight a referee when they travel. If they went out to do, say for instance, they get invited to a U17 World Cup or Under-20 World Cup, you know, when those referees come back to the airport, there's a big group of persons there with maybe roses or a banner to say welcome home. We are proud of your work out there and you represent the country. In Jamaica, we don't get that. You know, you get invited to a U17 World Cup or a Senior World Cup, you just come to the airport, your family pick you up, and that's it. So if it can be highlighted more and the support behind it, it will be very good for Jamaica and international referees and the female system growing up.
So you're saying the support system is not so much in Jamaica. It's like, hey, nay,
Yeah.
if you make it, you make it.
Right.
In other countries, they have a big support system behind them,
Right.
pushing them all the way for them to make it to the highest level and to accomplish their fullest potential.
Right, in Jamaica it's like an individual thing, you're on your own until you maybe reach a pinnacle and then you finally get an email say, hey, you're getting invited to a U17 World Cup. Then this is some persons trying to put out the effort to try assist when that is too late. If you try to assist before, then the process and the pathway should be easier and smoother going forward rather than the last minute rush. So the support system needs to be more.
Understood. And Jamaica being the powerhouse in CFU, trying to compete with all the other countries in CONCACAF. A little more help from our member association,
Right.
from persons at will. Even corporate Jamaica can come behind these FIFA officials and push them so they can accomplish their fullest potential.
Yeah, even a sponsor would be really good for the females in Jamaica. So you can get the quality, the potential, you know, to see us on the big stage representing. So if we even get a sponsor from corporate Jamaica, it would be so good and so nice. Because we even have a trio from Jamaica went to the U17 World Cup recently. I was the leader of the team. with Stephanie Easting and Joseph Kerr, you know, and we don't get that much support or highlight to see this little country get invited with a trio, a full team, you know, invited to the World Cup. So I need more support from outside.
And it is good that you mentioned that a lot of persons, they don't understand the work that referees have to put in, the sacrifice that they have to make for themselves, the nutrition, their family. Referees have 9 to 5, while in some countries they actually refereeing, straight refereeing. They get up, they train, they get up, they train, straight refereeing. In Jamaica is not so much like that.
No, we have to have a different job to juggle on the side, because even in the RSPL or even in the other competitions, it's like a stipend we're getting, and we have to make so many sacrifices. Gas raise, everything, bus fare raise, everything raise, and referee fee is still on a minimum, you know, so we have to sacrifice. So our 9 to 5 job is what we have to use to put into refereeing to develop ourselves personally. You know, we have to buy Gatorade, we have to see a physio, we have to see a masseuse, and all those things takes money. But it's on us, the individual, because we want to reach far and we see potential in ourselves, so we make the sacrifices to go forward.
Very good, very good. I want to thank you, Odette. So for the persons who are out there who want to join refereeing, here you have it from FIFA referee Odette Hamilton. She has been at the top. She has been all over the world. The amount of stamps that is in her passport is countless. So what you have to say for persons who want to join the association and want to make refereeing a career? Trust me, you can make a career out of refereeing. What do you want to say to those persons?
Hey, I would say refereeing is fun. It's not just going on the field of play, running up and down like you're mad, or just making a call, blowing a whistle, or waving a flag. Refereeing is fun. You see, especially when you travel, you don't pay plane fare, you don't pay for the hotels. All inclusive, you get first class travel, you get to meet new people of different culture, different languages. And when you wear the FIFA badge, the money is more and you can see your way through, right? So it is all about the exposure, the experience you can get. Because right now I travel over maybe 16, 20 countries, and I wouldn't just take that money out of my pocket to travel because it's very expensive. My furthest trip was to Russia or Italy, you know, so it's very good. So just come to refereeing, join the program, it will help you, and I implore all the women out there, referee can be a very good thing in your life going forward. So come, be next to me, I'm here to support you.
Before we go, as I said earlier, it would have been my last question to her, but as she was just mentioning the different countries that she went to and officiate, I want to share with the viewers and subscribers what was the best moment you have had. I know you went to one of the World Cup and you met the president of FIFA, but I want you to share the best moment you had whilst being a FIFA referee. The best moment. And it's like, wow.
You know, my best moment was, alright, as I said, I started out in St. Catherine Group, and I'm still there in St. Catherine Group. So we have a lot of females there training together, right? And by my side, I always have Stephanie and Joseph Kerr. So we always say that one day we hope that all three of us can make a World Cup, right? And so said, so done. We were invited to the U17 World Cup in India, and my first game with them, going on the field of play, I was crying, I was nervous, I was elated because I was like, my dream came true. You know, these three little girls from St. Catherine have made history in Jamaica. To see the three of us representing on a big stage in India, it was a heartwarming moment for me. So that was my biggest dream and my biggest moment in football.
Alright, I want to thank you again, Odette Hamilton, FIFA referee. Remember to like, share and subscribe to Ref Corner. This is the first in the series, Tell Your Story. I have a lot more referees to join to tell their story. Thanks again, Odette.
You're welcome. Big up Ref Corner. Like, subscribe.